Good evening, everyone. That's cute. That's cute. Welcome to Dragonmount. I am Crystal, and this is Thom. We are here for our Monday night rewatch of, oh my god, are we already at episode 4?
I know.
Of season 2?
I forgot episode 1 and 2. Which is sad.
Forgot about them, or
yeah, I just was I knew it was episode 4, and then when I was I remember making the graphic and being like, holy shit, 4. Wow. That means it's been 3 weeks. It's been a month.
We've been doing this for a month.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is not the face that should be on after the if anyone watched the sports ball game last night, the Super Bowl, this is definitely the face that a lot of people want to make after.
My face. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
No,
anyway.
She is a cat. She does live in Kansas, so we'll just leave it at that.
I am a Kansas City person. It was a rough night.
It was a rough night.
That's why I have my hearts for Valentine's Day and for Lanfear, because this is a great episode.
There you go. Oh wait, hold on. Let's get our boss up. There he is.
Oh, what?
He changes position, and I have to move the camera around so that we can see his face. There he is. It's his birthday today, everybody.
Aww.
He's somewhere between the ages of 18 and 21 because someone found him in a parking garage. We didn't.
And he was adult-ish when you found him.
Yeah, the vet was like, he's between 1 and 3. I don't know.
Aaron says 19.
Yeah, we settled on 19 because it was in the middle.
Oh no!
Yay,
Thom! They want to see your shirt.
Thank you. Oh, my shirt. The fit for today. It says, "Behold, what does it say? Here lies the field where I grow my fucks, and lay thine eyes upon it, and thou shalt see it is barren."
I like it
because that's how I do. That's my feeling right now. That's currently the feelings that I'm having. And I lost a pin because that's also where I'm at. But before we lose our guests, let's bring them in from backstage. Where's the buttons? I don't have any buttons. There.
Look, here comes an awesome guest.
Yay!
I like it. You definitely, that's cooler than what I do. I'm just like, let me bring in my guest. I just press a button. Hey, welcome.
I made it completely by accident, actually. Kathy and Rajiv and Maureen, when they do their podcast for the episode as the show, they usually just do a podcast for the episodes of the show as it comes out. So they're actually getting ready to do a new one soon. Nice. But they were like, "Oh, we want a soundbite for when we do the spoiler portion." And when I was making it, I played it, and I was like, "I'm making this right now," and it just popped in my head, and I made it.
Nice, I like it.
Thanks. I'm just.
Can you move Luna to the other corner? Luna's covering half your face. You're giving Uno vibes.
Sorry, there he is. How's that?
There you go.
Yeah, Luna can. Kathy officially gave him the title of executive producer during the last show. So
nice.
He keeps us on task usually.
That is
just by sleeping now.
I have 3 cats, but none of them would ever stay.
He sleeps on my desk pretty much all day. He's right here.
No, don't make him mad.
He won't. He likes getting pets, even though he has resting bitch face. If you could see his girl right now, he's just like.
He's so cute.
Anywho, what is up with you, Matt? What is going on?
What is going on? So tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, we're making a little season 3 announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. I'll try to I'll try not to blink or anything if you ask me questions. But
I won't. We both signed the NDAs. Neither of us want to get in trouble.
Exactly.
And I want to continue being able to do that because that's one of the things we get out of doing things like this.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll only take. I had some questions immediately. People are like, "So how long of a live stream is this?" So I estimated 45 to 60 minutes.
Okay.
Now, I have sometimes estimated a 60-minute live stream that's turned into a 2-hour live stream, or it could be maybe it's only 30 minutes. I don't know. So, I'm 45 to 60-minute live stream, 10:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. It'll be fun. Fun little fun announcement to make. So
that's exciting.
Yeah. So other than that, aren't we all waiting for Lanfear to return? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When we last left her, she was a little worried about herself and Rand's well-being because Mo Gideon's a psychopath.
Like I think that Lanfear knew there was a camera there and was trying to like kind of act a little bit like, oh, I'm concerned, everybody.
Oh, she was doing like Deadpool fourth wall breaking.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like
she has a terrain growl that allows her to see through the dimensions.
All that was like she was like, okay, didn't realize other people were here with me. So now I got to switch in my gear a little bit, like
pretend to be worried.
I know Mogedian's around, so I gotta take care of that stuff. But
well, you're not the only Matt with some interesting season 3 news from the last few days. We had our last Watt Wednesday. Let's see. Where's our clip from last week? It's less than a minute, so let's watch it real quick.
Well. It was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Well, go on then. Don't be nervous. No need to play coy. Yes, the rumours are true. I am indeed the horn blower. I did, in fact, blow the legendary horn of Valir, that far, turning the tide of the battle. Oh, you want to thank me? Well, that's very kind. It's completely unnecessary of you. Oh, but you insist. A gesture of gratitude, if I must. Well, it's true that my station in life has changed, but at the end of the day, I'm a simple man of simple pleasures. A comfy bed, plenty of ale, cheeky game of dice, and the odds are in my favour.
The gulp. The gulp was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I really want to know, like, it's one of those where you watch like 1 minute and then you are like, now I know exactly what happened. Just like, what? Whose horn is that? Is it like we talked about this? Like, is this replicas? You're like, is everyone just making fun of him because no one believes he? And so he's like, no, but really this happened, like, because no one's believing him. And is he?
Yeah.
I think somebody asked, like, I can't remember if it was Anas, my fellow innkeeper, who said, like, somebody said, like, I wonder if he paid the artist to draw him.
That's funny.
Like, draw me here.
Yeah. Everyone's drawing. We'll probably see the pictures and the paintings of Rand, and probably a giant fire dragon. And then who's like, I blew the horn of bloody Valir. What is wrong with me?
Exactly. And I think I was watching Lauren Unraveling the Pattern, everybody, and he did a Saturday stream, and he was like, a lot of people have been like, he's always like, I'm no bloody hero, whatever. But people are like, that's his internal thought. That's not what Matt does.
Yeah. Externally, it's like, worship me.
Externally, like, he definitely is. He definitely acts different than his internal thought process. So it'll be interesting how they. I think I was listening to Grace, Spain and Chiat, anyone who knows Grace, and she was talking about
two halves of the light's work.
That's right. She was on, and she was really like wondering, like, what's underneath this moment? Like, what is Matt feeling and thinking? How is that going to like play? What's the, it seems confident, but is he really kind of like, what are we going to see come from this, moment? So yeah, I thought it was really a cheeky way to kind of like give us a clip of Matt. It'll be fun to see how this actually translates into the show.
We had a lot of fun, cheeky moment. There we go. Moments in. Yeah, there's a couple of really good faces that I grabbed.
Yeah.
I know everyone. I mean, we hate, but look at his face of this. He's trying so hard. There's definitely this. I feel like the zoomed up image of this here is definitely memeable. That's got to be memeable right there. Just like, add some other stuff in the corner.
Because where's the other hole? Is that the hole on the top right there, like the lines?
Yeah, the ribs of the scales of the horn. You can kind of see it in one of the.
You can deal with the shape or the color. The shape and the color together. Yeah,
you can see it here.
A lot of comments about the Horn of Valir when we first saw it in season 2. Oh man.
Oh god. Yeah.
Those are so great.
Yeah, the picture, it looks like the vase of Valier. There was
The
so
vase
many.
of Valier.
There were so many.
The vase of Valier. I like that one. I can't remember if on us or Brian or just some of the many awesome fans in chat who were like, this seems like maybe he's talking to himself in a mirror, which I love the idea that like if you Matt's really talking himself up in a mirror sometime. I like that.
It's like, you're bloody horn sounder. You can do this.
We got this.
I definitely can see him having like a pep talk with himself at some point.
Totally, 100%.
Like obviously we're hoping that one of the next the next one's I think going to be drawing the picture.
Also, that looks nothing like him. Can we? That's
It
not
looks
his,
pretty good though.
That's not his face.
Nah, it's a little too strong jawed for that. But yeah, obviously we're hoping like we could see the Queen's Guard in the background there.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this is going to be our scene.
Oh yeah, I mean, if not, right? Like, if that's not the scene, then it certainly like looks like a build up to the scene. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously he's picking through swords, so he's got to get to a quarterstaff at some point. But there's the other good face. Look at that. That's the most Matt face that Donald has made. I feel like.
There is a certain like Dragon Reborn essence to his euphoria, in my opinion, which is he comes out of being healed, and he's just like can't remember right in the books. He can't remember exactly all the things that happen. He's kind of catching glimpses, and he's just like, but he's feeling better. You know, he's not like sick, Matt. He's just kind of like he's eating a ton of food, and he's like, how do I get out of here? Right. Eventually, he needs to do like Luckbender, you know, hashtag Luckbender with him, and he's just like he engages another gear that we hadn't seen with Matt post, you know, blowing the horn and being healed. There's a little bit of euphoria I like to see on his face from that.
He's trying to lean more back into like old Matt, like he's like I could be myself. I could do the thing. Like I could just, you know, he's trying to feel like he's the same person again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure. Yeah. Something will break that illusion for him pretty quickly, but
no, stuff never happens to Matt like that. Never.
Matt has a very calm, easy journey throughout the Wheel of Time. Yeah. Not really much goes on.
What's our spoiler level? Like, I can't remember. Like, you guys do you pick a book?
Yes, we have I forgot to throw our banner up. There we go. Up to Fires of Heaven.
By the way, that never happens. People are always telling me to put up spoiler banners, and I just caught it for you guys. I'm ecstatic.
You're so good.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. I forget everything though, so I constantly need people to reminding me of things. Usually Noman Garden. Glenn catches me sometimes. Rapunzel has helped me a few times, and Crystal is obviously always here, but it's usually Noman Garden. Noman Garden is usually the one that catches me on my shit.
Nice,
but I appreciate you.
Approved.
The Maiden's Kiss scene, obviously, like or reference to it if we they're not going to actually have the full scene, but still fun.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and by the way, because I put a lot of time into this, I have to mention it. I was looking around because we're all like, where's this in at? How's this kind of whole sequence happening? And I found, like, if you. I have to send you the images on social media, but I found a top the window panel on the top matched a window panel from season 2, episode 3.
Oh,
Matt and Min are leaving Tarvalon, and you can see it. Like the horse. If you kind of brighten up the scene, you can see a pattern that looks just like the top section of that window in Tarvalon.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean in the bottom section. I couldn't match that part, but the top section is dead on. So
yeah, I mean, if they're reusing the similar sets for different areas, I mean that goes without saying.
Yeah, for sure.
This could be. I mean, like I would immediately like if I didn't know the Queen's Blessing was in Tarvalon, I would be like, oh, it's probably the Queen's Blessing in Andor. But,
right. Someone brought up, I don't know. Somebody wrote like, it's a Camelin themed pub in Tarvalon.
Why does I don't know, like is it loyal? Like it doesn't exactly look like him a little. Like
I'm pretty sure, like we brightened that up. I'm pretty sure that's loyal. You're trying to bring doubt to that being like it's another Ogier. Is that what you're trying to say?
that's what I was thinking, like that it might be another Ogier. I always forget to brighten them up. I don't know why they're so dark on this from the press website. They always come so dark. There we go. But I don't know, it looks like it doesn't
quite look like him. No, I agree, especially like right around the eye.
Don't do this to me.
Look at him.
No, I feel like people do this, and then I have to like spend 3 hours tonight cutting stuff up, brightening things.
The ears are. I don't know. I'll see if I can find another good. I'll find another shot while we're watching the episode. I'll find another shot of Loyal, and we can put them next to each other and look at them. Even if it is Loyal, he looks like he's just creeping in the background, weirdly creeping in the background, just like watching.
Just watching.
Yeah. We definitely need a GIF of his, like I don't know, I don't remember if Donald has that pronounced of an Adam's apple, but
can we ask a poll, like
you just got a haircut,
GIF or GIF? Like I don't care what the originator I don't care what the originator said of it. Like I can't bring myself to say GIF. I can't do it.
No, it's GIF.
It's okay. I say both. I say you say it however you want.
Oh, you're like, it's like the pronunciation for the Wheel of Time from Kate Redding. She's like, you pronounce it however you like. You're like, yeah, same thing. Okay, I can accept that. You know?
When I think about pronunciations, especially with Wheel of Time, I always tell people that it's I like to default to something that George Lucas said. That they were asking him about. They gave him a shit about Lando Calrissian always saying Han, and everyone else saying Han. And he's like, the galaxy's a big place, and people have different accents.
There you go.
I like that. That one's good.
That's what I like to go by.
It was really funny. We were doing a breakdown of however you want to say it, Rodian, doing a deep dive, and I asked my guests like how they pronounced it, and I was like, I don't know that I agree with that pronunciation, but since you are the majority, we're going to pronounce it like the majority of my guests want to pronounce it. So
that's fair.
Yeah, it was
so Rodian, is that?
I used to say Rudian, but
yeah, I used to say Rudian too,
and that's the one I like better. But yeah. I think it's more like Rodian. Like,
that's probably more accurate. Like I remember when I first started reading, I said ale instead of aiel for everything.
Yeah. Like
and
tame,
I still like that better. Yeah, tame.
I will say Taim now because I've just gotten used to it. But tame was just like that was my jam.
Yep.
I mean, there was so many memes that and the bumper stickers for him too. I forgot what the old school bumper stickers, like who killed Asmodean, Bella's a Darkfriend. There was one for Team. I don't remember what it was.
I remember. I mean, I think I might know it. Again, I know it's a spoiler level here. So
yeah, well, Fires of Heaven.
Okay, so I'll stay away from what that. Bumper.
Yeah. We'll let that go for now. we actually the past few weeks we've had a new person in chat. Akeem.
Oh yeah, they just
and he
Eye of the World, I think, right?
Yeah, he just finished Eye of the World, but he said he was spoiled through like the first couple of books, and he wasn't. Oh yeah, I Killed Asmodean. That was another good one. I have a couple of them in a book somewhere. I never put them on my car.
I don't think I put mine in the car, but I did. Definitely had that one.
Yeah. I mean, I remember they gave a bunch of them out at the first Jordan Con.
Yeah.
I think that might be where I saw them for the first time. That's where I saw you for the first time.
I know.
I forgot to. I'll grab a picture randomly from a baby Matt from Jordan Con.
Is there baby Matt pictures out there from Jordan?
Oh yeah. I mean, I have tons of pictures on my computer. I meant to grab one and I forgot about it until just now, but I'll find one.
Shoot. I haven't seen baby Matt Jordan Con 1 pictures. You're the one that I'm pretty sure you're the one that I tell about, who allowed me onto the panel about the Ailfin and Ilfin.
Yeah.
When I was like, hey, I brought I think I was going to give you a stack of papers. I was like, I printed these out. I just want to make sure that you guys got these answers that we got from Jordan from DragonCon 5. Because I was like really annoyed by I just wanted everyone to be working off the same information.
Same thing, yeah.
And I think you were just like, why don't you just join the panel?
That's exactly what happened.
Oh, okay. I've never been on a panel, but I will join it.
And then I was like, well, that's exactly how this happened.
Exactly.
Someone was like, I was talking to like Jake or one of the guys that ran like programming at the first couple of Jordan Cons, and he was like, why don't you sit on the panel? I was like, I've never done public speaking before. He's like, well, this is a great way to find out if you're scared of it.
Yeah,
like,
there you
right.
go. Testing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh God, it was fucking 17 years ago almost.
We're old.
We're old. We're so old.
I know.
All right. So what else I forgot also. So one of the things, Matt, I don't know if I've talked about this with you before, that I like to mess around with is there's nothing egregious in this week's article from Screen Rant, but there's like two authors at Screen Rant that I like to have. They have no idea that this is happening, but I have a little bit of a feud going.
You think they have no idea?
You have your own feud that you're unsure they're aware of, but you don't care. Yeah.
Exactly. This one is just basically talking about Ravine and Lord Gabriel. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh, we think they might go into book 5 with Lord Gabriel stuff, but there's been a couple of bad ones. But this one doesn't have anything too egregious, and it is by the guy. Me and Charles are the ones that have the biggest feud. There's like 3 authors that write real-time articles for them.
Does Charles have any idea that you have a feud?
Someday he's gonna pop into the chat, Tom. I don't know what to do.
Someone, I forgot who it was in chat, said that they posted on Instagram at him.
Oh God.
But I doubt anyone saw it because.
By the way, like, are you people are like, no spoiler warning. Are you spoiling stuff from the show?
Yeah. The TV show is full spoilers. But the books we're trying to stay up to book 5 for.
Ooh, what's this one? What's the name of the title?
This is just.
I see.
Yeah, he has it sectioned out. Yeah.
Or at least that's what they think.
Yeah, that's what they think. I haven't liked really any of their predictions, to be honest with you, but they did have a couple of nice I like ideas on Perrin's storyline for season 3, which I like.
Does it count as a prediction if it's already from the books?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, we're just saying the things that happen in the book, and then being like, maybe it'll happen like this.
It counts,
or maybe they'll change it.
I mean,
so what are your thoughts for? I've seen so many different ideas on who Lord Gabriel is going to be. Is it going to be Ravine? Is it going to be Asmodean? Is it going to be Demandred? Is it going to be Samael? Do you have any opinions?
Are they just going to stick with? Maybe he's just Lord Gabriel.
Just like he's not a Forsaken in disguise.
He's just Lord Gabriel. No, I mean, I guess I'm old school this way. Like, this one seems obvious. Like, why would you change this one? Like, making him Asmodean feels like it just feels weird. I guess Demandred or Demandred, or I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. I'm just going to go with Demandred. I guess that could make sense. Like, taking that up and kind of maybe merging that in a little bit. Maybe if you're not going to go, that's a spoiler past book 5. So anyways, yeah, I'm just going to say, yeah, maybe Demandred.
That's fair. Yeah. It could, I mean, like, it would make sense. Like, you can rationalize, I feel like, any of the, like, Demandred, Asmodean, or Samael, because we know they're going to be there. Well, we know Samael and Asmodean are going to be there, but not sure about the others.
Because they're statues. That's right. I was like, people say that sometimes. I'm like, we do?
Well, they said Samael's name. They didn't say Asmodean's name, but come on.
True.
Even if it's not named Asmodean, whoever's that statue representative, whoever that statue is representing,
right,
is going to be the Asmodean character.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I want him to show up for reasons that I can't talk about.
Yes.
So
I want him to show up for. I mean, like, we could talk about the training stuff because that's book 3 and 4.
Yeah. Just for that.
So, like,
that piece.
So yeah, I mean, like, I'm hoping that he gets depicted as like a nihilistic, kind of sarcastic, douchey Three Musketeers like esque in his looks and vibe musician. That's what I'm hoping for. Like, that's just what I picture what I always pictured in my head when I thought of Asmodean, like just like a pointy beard with like a thin mustache and like.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What if Thom is Asmodean?
Oh man, that's
what if this entire time
Wow.
he's been out and that was like he's been Thom is Asmodean. That's my loony theory.
that is definitely a loony theory.
You heard it here first. No one can take credit for that one.
We'll put that on the wall, the loony theory wall for the next or what's that thing called, the fucking flip book.
Yeah,
for the next for our next loony theory. When is our next loony theory? Do you know when it's going to be Jordan Con, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's going to be Jordan Con. Like I am going to Jordan Con. I'm so excited. I think I've missed the last two. And so like it's going to feel like just like new. Theory that rides a gun. That's it.
Fuck.
Theoryland, man.
Yeah, the old school. I still have a theory of Thomsmodian.
Thomsmodian.
I like it.
What's really funny is I saw a friend today, just this evening before I got here, and I was reminded that he gave me the Dungeons and Dragons, like it's the Margaret Weiss Tracy Hickman, like the first trilogy, and he gave that to me when I was 13, and he didn't really like. I think he just like tried to read it and he was like, I'm not into this. Maybe you'll like it. And I was like, oh, cool. What is this? And I had read like Tolkien by the time I was 13, I think. But I hadn't really like dug into epic fantasy.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I had read like Raceland was like my jam, man. Like if you've read those books.
Yeah. It is the
whatever.
Books that they wrote, were those the ones that were like winter, summer, spring?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And that like kicked it off, I think. I think I read Margaret Weiss Tracy Hickman. I jumped into more of their books, like Deathgate Cycle, which was awesome. And then I started like Eddings and Feist. And that, like, I was prepped because of that book. I told him, I was like, dude,
this got me ready.
You gave me the first trilogy, the first epic fantasy trilogy that like, and then like I've been a nut. I've been a hardcore fan freak of epic fantasy ever since. So.
Yep. That is actually what my grandmother used to call me because of those books. A nut.
Dragonlance. I think I said Dragonlance. There we go.
Oh, Dragonlance. Yeah, I heard Dragonlance. Now that you say that, though,
this is how old I am. I was like Dungeons and Dragons, whatever it was.
Same thing. There's a dragon in the name. All the same. They're not dragons anyway. They have 4 legs.
Close enough. It was kind of like a, like a. It was like.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. We could start a feud between you and George Martin. Is it a dragon if it has 4 legs, or is it not a dragon anymore?
This is so funny. Like, I don't have any stake in this game.
None, 0.
No, like dragons were never. Again, wizards different. Dragons, although dragons that were wizards or wizards that were dragons. There we go.
Okay.
So Margaret Weiss Tracy Hickman had a little of those, and those were cool. But I always like them in the wizard form versus the dragon form. So.
Yeah. That reminds me of my favorite fucking meme is the one. It's like after a hurricane or something. There's a cat sitting on top of like a parking garage, like covering, and it's all bent in, like it's like collapsed, and the cat is sitting right in the middle of the collapse, like it did it. But it's like if this was ever a dragon in disguise as a cat, this is it right here. Is like the meme, and that's my favorite.
I think maybe I didn't. Dragon something. Anne McCaffrey wrote a book, Dragon something. Maybe there's like lots of dragons in those books, and I never I read like the first 2 pages, and it's funny to say this now, but there were like so many named characters, and they had like such a like long names that I got like a couple pages in, and I was like, it was too much for me.
Is McCaffrey Pern?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dragon Riders of Pern. Is that something like that? Yeah.
There we go.
In the book.
Sorry.
It'd be so funny to go. Thank you, Glenn. It'd be so funny to go back and read it now and be like, there weren't that many characters, and these things are not that difficult. But for my 14-year-old brain, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, it's too many. Yeah. I saw someone on TikTok making fun of Wheel of Time because of that, and it's just like they had like they went on whatever it was, a spiel of like 27 different names when they were like Jim, Bob, Joe, Jeff, and then all walk into the bar, and then and one of them is walking menacingly, and it was like
Nice.
It's not that bad. It's pretty bad sometimes. Speaking of pretty bad, no, I'm joking.
Yeah.
We're going to be watching episode 4 tonight as a reminder for everybody. So I'm going to get everyone queued up. Let's get our...
yes, I installed this, and you're going to totally help me figure this out.
So. The teleparty. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So if you're following along, so we've been watching shows through the teleparty web extension, which has been good. Like it's worked better than the built-in a lot of the built-in watch party features on like Disney Plus and Amazon in the past. So it's been working pretty good.
Okay.
It's a legit one. Netflix made it, so if anyone's worried about it, don't worry about it. Just go and download this. You don't have to sign up for it. It's free. I'm going to post a link to it in a second so people can get that going. Put it in our chat so that you can click the link and then put it in comment. There we go. Okay, so if you click that link, it should, if you don't have it already, it'll prompt you to download the teleparty web extension and then bring you to the Amazon, to our watch party. It may ask you to sign into your Amazon account again. So if you don't remember your Amazon password, that's going to be a tough one.
Well,
I see people popping in now. So it is working. For those who don't want to do that and you want to just follow along by matching our timestamp, I have a little clock there in the corner, just below Appa. Are you an Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, Matt?
I am.
Me too. Yeah. Obviously, I mean, I'm surrounded by fucking.
I was
there's
like
3 Appas in
and
this
a
shot.
Momo. Oh, and yep, there's 3.
I have 3. I have my weighted Appa, and then the little switcheroo Appa, and then the big one in the corner. The Appa blanket in the corner is a little creepy though, because it looks like one of those like bearskin rugs
where it's just got the head and then the
head and the flat fur body that like can lay on the. It looks like an Appa skin rug. That's what it looks like if it's open.
I will say the Stitch commercial in the Super Bowl was really cute.
Oh my god, that made me so happy. That commercial made me so happy. I can't even describe it. Hello, Akeem. There he is. There's Akeem. We were talking about you before, Akeem. He discovered the books through the show, which is one of the things that I said I was most excited about the show, was that it's going to bring more people to the Wheel of Time. However, it brings them.
Look how excited everybody is.
Yeah. I'm never going to not reference Coming to America when I say your name, Akeem. I can't. I can't. I have quoted that movie my entire life.
Matthew, that one terrified me. That one was scary. I could not deal with that one. I do not want to see that commercial. It
was creepy. That was a creepy one. But the end when Seal was like, "That was a pretty good looking seal," that made me laugh. I fell out. Kendrick Lamar was fantastic. I thought that was a wonderful. I mean, like, I feel like I almost feel bad for Drake, other than the fact that he's a horrible person, probably allegedly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just like when someone's diss track about you wins a Grammy, and then the album that it's on wins a Grammy, and then the person that sung it wins like 14 Grammys, and then the song is in the Super. You lost. It's over. Like,
and your ex-girlfriend is in the song. Yeah, no.
Yeah. There were so many layers to that song, to that whole performance, and I loved every one of them.
You're like, it was wonderful.
The game, on the other hand, was rough, but I know it's still touchy for you.
Ooh, I like it, Aaron. Hold on.
The game was, that was really rough.
Okay, a Wheel of Time commercial contest. I suddenly want to make a Mentos, like a 90s Mentos style Wheel of Time.
Oh, only if you sing a jingle. You need to come up with a really good jingle you would sing.
So no, but it's just the Mentos, like legit make like a Mentos commercial, like where they bust in somewhere and then make it Wheel of Time. And then it's like, oh, it's okay, Mentos at the end. and then everyone does that.
I wasn't able to get the Amazon login working for some reason on my computer, so I'm gonna like through the extension thing. So I'm gonna figure out a different way to get in there, but I'll be right there. So.
Okay, that's usually why we do our stalling right now.
You're doing a very good job.
Mm-hmm.
I was making a note. I was like, I'm gonna mention this to Thom. Like, great stalling, fantastic.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
What else has been up this past week? I do like the wheel time.
I think we need to make a plan. We need to something before the season comes out.
Yeah. Okay. I will say I am going to try. I have had a plan for a What Idol song for like
you're bringing
3
it?
years.
You're bringing it to Idol.
I cannot sing.
Okay, but that's okay. I mean, look at our little intro. It's glorious.
But I know I don't come off as having like any kind of nervousness or anything like that, but yeah, always, constantly.
I get it.
I do.
It's the hardest thing for me to sing in front of people, even when I'm like recording myself.
Yeah. I'll make a fool out of myself, no problem. Go up on stage, improv, fall down, get sprayed with something. Well, I don't give a shit. Fucking sing in front of a crowd? Nope.
I'm gonna make something this year, I think, for water.
Oh shit! A little teaser.
No, I've been holding on to this idea for a long time, so I just gotta.
Okay. I have one that I thought of like 20 years ago. We'll talk after the show.
Okay.
But there's two that I've had the idea for like 3 years that I think I'm actually going to do.
Nice.
And I might have some more to share on that a little later because I'll tell you after the show. So I think really smart people might be able to figure out why I don't want to talk about it yet specifically, especially because of the guests that we shared we're going to have last week. But we'll see. Anyway. Have we done enough stalling?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
I mean, at least for me.
So again, I'm going to share the link for the watch party for anyone who can and still would like to join the watch party. You can. And I have our timer. So I will align the timer and I'll give everyone a countdown and press play. And
you typically skip recaps, or do you play through the recap?
Playing through the recaps.
Nice.
I tried to see if you guys joined my watch party and I had ad free, if it would like somehow give you guys ad free. It does not.
Gotcha.
So if you do not have ad free, you will still get ads. If you're watching through the watch party, it'll catch you up to where we are. You won't be behind. It will kind of clip some stuff. So you will miss a few things if you're in the watch party. If you're watching on your own and you get ads, then you'll just have to, catch up with matching the timer. But
we're about to watch the best episode of season 2 before episode 5 came out.
Okay. I mean, okay. That's okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay. And short right there. And we're good. And the time is lined up. 5, 6. Perfect. Okay.
Have they always advertised get the book in the trivia in the X-ray? I haven't seen that before. Mine said like get The Great Hunt, book 2 of the Wheel of Time.
Yeah, it still says that in the trivia. Yeah, I think it does. I think they started doing it when they did the audiobooks. Have you listened to any of the Rosamund Pike audiobooks, Matt?
I haven't yet. I mean, I've heard they're fantastic. So
they are. It's like, what was the way I described it? It's like watching or listening to like a cover band that's really, really good. It's just a different vibe. It's like a completely different. It's almost like listening to a different book.
Interesting. Okay.
Because that's what it was.
Too.
It was like watching a stage play with a different cast. That's what I said. It's a completely different vibe. It's almost it's really good. It's different. It doesn't take away from Michael and Kate at all, and they're still my favorite. But it's just an interesting thing because I've been listening to the Michael and Kate version for so long to have a different one and have, a different vibe coming through. I like that a lot.
By the way, you can't hear anything coming through the audio through my thing, right?
No, it's perfect.
Like this scene, it's pretty killer. At least I'm seeing
it is
right now with
Yeah, and this is all when I had the opportunity to talk to Davinia and Sharon.
Yeah.
Davinia said this was all filmed on location, and it was freezing. And the stunt woman or the body double that they have for Natasha O'Keefe here, who gets drenched in blood, was both really naked and really drenched in a liquid in the cold.
In a liquid.
Yeah. Like it's not blood, obviously, but it's like, any kind of liquid out exposed to the cold on your skin is going to make you feel even colder. So she was like, oh man, she was a trooper, she said.
Yeah, this is a theory that's still unanswered at this point of the show, which is however he's bringing them, breaking the seal, and whatever they're trying to say is the metaphysics of what's happening here, and then she shows up in blood. Do you like the theory? Like, people have kind of theorized, like, this is however they went in, right? So, like, why was she drenched in blood?
Yeah.
Like, that's how they were trapped, or however they come out, they were trapped like that. And I was like, we don't know yet, but it's a fun idea that this has, like, been a like, this is, like, what would have been,
what was she doing?
Yeah, what would have been the issue if, like, she's freed and drenched in blood?
I mean, like, I could definitely see like height of the war Lanfear just being like, this is her, motif.
Yeah.
The blood fucking queen walking around murking people. I like the idea of it being how they, like, whatever it was when they went in. It's interesting, like time stopped for them or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes me think of, like, the way they have it set up where it's like they're individually in some sort of device almost, like as a spell, like because they have it focused on such a physical place and such a physical item. It reminds me of the big windows that they put the General Zod and shit in the fucking old school Superman. It makes me like the neutral zone. They put them in the neutral zone or whatever. Yeah, that's what it makes me think of. I like it. It's interesting. Like, it goes along with the theory that I had, and that when we learned in the companion book that one of or was it the Origins of Wheel of Time? I don't remember. In one of those two books, they talked about one of the original ideas that Jordan had for the seals were that they were going to be locations around Shayl Ghul and not the singular discs, and which is look like it. That kind of looks like what they're doing with this.
Yeah,
is that the seals? A lot of the seals are kind of like located in a place.
Yep. Yeah, they were going to be. I think he mentioned there's like lots of eyes of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
This is I actually liked the start.
Me too.
This whole stuff with Moraine and her sister.
Awesome. Yeah, this was a great change, I guess, to the story.
Yeah. First of all, casting Lindsay Duncan as her sister here. I mean, she's a big European actor. Like, she's bigger in Europe than she is in the US, but fucking fantastic actor.
Yeah.
I like that the one of the noticeable changes that they made with her sister is that they made her younger than her originally, which I like, because it's a great display of, especially to a non-book reader, the Aes Sedai's aging.
Yeah.
Show not tell.
Like, and Rafe what about you? Were you convinced that it was the son from the beginning, or did you ever think it was her? Because I was 100. I convinced Crystal. I convinced half of chat, pretty much, that she was the Darkfriend.
Oh yeah, no, you had, yeah, absolutely.
I don't remember, honestly, what I was thinking.
I was 100% convinced that it was her.
Oh, I remember even you were talking about her dress. That was the part that sold me when you mentioned, oh, doesn't her dress kind of look like?
It looked like fucking Lanfear's fucking goth Cher outfit is what it looked like. The dress that she's wearing in like one of the last scenes that she's in before we find out that it's her son. She's got like, it's like a black lace.
You know what I never thought about this moment with Rand and, Lanfear, is that Rand didn't get a chance from season 1 to like clean up after what happened, right? Like, he shows up and they leave, and here's like an inn that's burned down, and like he's like, I don't know, like I'm just connecting this moment of like he actually gets to like cathartically be part of the cleanup.
And maybe not the rebuilding, but he gets to help.
Yeah. There's like he gets to help, right? Which he doesn't really get to do with his own village.
Yeah.
So.
And now he feels even more like the cause of that. So it's almost like a little closure for him.
Yeah.
I like that. Because at the beginning he wasn't sure if he was the cause of that, or if it was any of the other people there, or if any of them were responsible. Maybe they were chasing, Moiraine and Lan. But now he knows for sure that it's his fault, or at least that's what he's going to, of course, blame himself. Because we're the dichotomy between Emo Rand and non-Emo Rand. We don't just have one, and I like that because we had too many books of Emo Rand, and I like that they're playing with it more in this.
Yeah.
I love Tarvalon. I love the way it looks.
Well, I like this moment because it's something that you don't. Not that I can. Maybe I don't recall it in the books, but they don't. Maybe it's after the testing. There is a little bit of that. There is, I guess, the kind of the reaction of how they're feeling afterwards. But like, I love how they portray Nynaeve here and being affected by what's happened on the inside.
Yeah. I'm also a big supporter of the accepted bands being on the wrists. I like that much better.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I feel like they did it just for television, like because you don't see the hem of a dress as often as you do the fucking sleeves. But I still think it looks better. I've seen so many different cosplays of accepted dresses over the years, and these are just. And I love that they are all like little flames. They're all the little half.
Yeah, instead of just being like bands that go around.
Yeah.
How many years ago did they film this? Like, I'm looking at Madeline Madden's face.
And she looks way different. Yeah.
It
was a 2-year development. The first one was
at least got to be 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago.
Probably 4.
3 or 4. Yeah.
Well, because when did season 3 finish filming?
Season 3?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think like that finished filming.
6 months ago, maybe.
Oh, it was longer.
But season 2 was in development for like almost 2 full years.
Yeah.
It was like a year and like 6 months.
Like 4 years ago. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Speaking of the testing that Nynaeve went through, I say all the time, I actually really love all of the changes they made to Nynaeve. Nynaeve's testing. I like most of the changes they made to Nynaeve as a character, but her testing in particular, I thought was really good because it added such a level to the test of like, she has to want to be an Aes Sedai more than remaining in these moments and fixing them. She has to abandon it to go back to being an Aes Sedai. Yep. And I thought that layer to the test was better than, Agenor chasing her through a fucking hedge maze.
Yeah, these long gaps are rough.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but
I think it'd been really interesting to have seen I guess we see it at the beginning of the season where Lan's like out doing he's practicing like kata,
Yeah. And yes, the first person ever to use the bathroom in the Wheel of Time. I can't tell you how excited I was when we got the screeners for this episode and I saw him peeing. I was like, yes!
This is I did not have the reaction to the scene.
I was so excited. It's the first bathroom usage in all of the Wheel of Time.
That was not my reaction.
I'm easily pleased though.
I get it. Sometimes seeing something that you didn't expect to see can be, invigorating.
Yeah. And it's Daniel Henney, so just really imagining any parts of Daniel Henney is fun for me because he's cute.
I didn't go there with that one either.
Oh well, I'll always bring it there for Mr. Buttrock. So what do you think of this retirement home that they have here? For is it my question? All right, so the question really is it for just Alana's family or Varen's family?
Oh, like
Or is it like a retirement home for Aes Sedai?
oh, like the place that they're at.
Yeah.
Like, are they visiting like is this really like your family? I can't remember what she said, where they said that they were going. That's a good question. I never thought about that.
They never really say it specifically in one direction or another. They said they were going to visit people, but I think they call it like I think Rafe referred to it in like an interview as a retirement village or something like that.
Really? Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, but like I think he did it in like it sounded like a joke. Like it sounded like it didn't sound like he was being serious.
Yeah.
But like I'm not sure because then like we only see Varen and Adelaide's, and then like it says like if you look at the character names, it's like cousin and aunt and nephew and niece for all the people that were sitting at the table.
Nice.
So is this just like is there like a section for each Aes Sedai's family in this place, like when they retire?
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know. Like, do they have a lot of family left at that? I guess.
I mean, like second, third, fourth, 12th cousins. Who knows?
Right.
Varen seems to be pretty old. She's got the gray in her hair, so like usually that means like she's upwards of 90.
Yeah.
Or 90 years with like no, it should be more than that, right? Yeah, she should be closer to like 200. But that's like really old for the book Aes Sedai for reasons. There we go. That's the picture that I was talking about.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Like I like that they did this
Yeah.
simply because of the juxtaposition between them now.
Yeah.
It was a very easy change that added a lot of depth for viewers of the show that I don't understand why some people were. I remember seeing a lot of the people being like, "Why did they change this?"
By the way, it took me, I think, the second time through to connect that she took the wine there or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I missed that. And the first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh yeah, oh my gosh, that's what she took."
It's a complicated question, Akeem, that has a lot of spoilers tied into it. But let's just say Aes Sedai live longer than regular people. Channelers in general just live longer than regular people, and Ratho for to be safe.
I do like what they've done here with Moraine and Logain.
Yeah, I like that they outsource their sanitarium work to other cities.
Right.
Alvaro plays a great Logain.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see him like in the future when he's not so depressed and
I don't know what future you're talking about.
Yeah, disheveled. The thing that no one like, even the person I like to point to for people that don't like the show is Thom from Twatcast, because he hates the show, but he still acknowledges the good things about it, which is like the cast. He's like, oh, the casting's great, the costume's great, the set design is great. Like so even people that don't like it love the fucking costume design, because like the clothes, everyone's clothes is just fantastic. I'm looking at fucking Logain's fucking robe and it's just wonderful.
You saw the Jimmy Fallon thing, right?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
I want him to be on so bad. I want him to be on it so bad. We have to get Alvaro on Fallon. That's got to be our goal for the next couple of months while we're doing this.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good answer, like Blinded Fool, for Aes Sedai. Depends on if they stay in the tower or not. Depends on if they get killed by an external force. Yeah, we could talk about that. So they showed in the last episode Alvaro when he saw Rand in season 1.
Yeah.
And he was glowing. Now, book readers would know that Logain had the power to see Ta'Veren, and that's what he was seeing. We learned that that's what he's seeing. They don't reference that at all, but they don't really rule it out either. Right. Do you think they're going to try to bring that in later, or is it just going to remain like, oh, he saw the glow of the power around him?
I mean, considering how season 1 began, probably they would plan for that, right? I remember when Moraine were all like, what just happened? Because like the show started off and she's like, we've got to go to the 2 rivers or whatever, where they have 4 Ta'Veren. And we're all like,
what? 5 Ta'Veren.
Was it 5 Ta'Veren?
Yeah, it was 5, yeah.
And it was like, wait, they know that there's 5 Ta'Veren in one location and they went somewhere else?
Yeah.
Like, why
wasn't that the first place they went to?
I feel like I got the letter that's like, there's 5 Ta'Veren here. You're like, no, you don't have to ask any questions. You're just there, like,
yeah, we're going.
Like, no, we need to follow Leandrin a little bit more to see her, what she's doing. I mean, that's, but yeah, maybe the whole Ta'Veren thing will come back later. Maybe that's the
I hope so.
Maybe that's the plan to kind of have said, like, remember we told you there were 5 Ta'Veren?
I like that they, whether or not it's true that all 5 of them are Ta'Veren in the show, I like that they at least reference that, because personally, I think many of the main characters both become Ta'Veren and lose being a Ta'Veren throughout the book series as the pattern sees fit. But I like the idea of the unreliable narrator with the Aes Sedai being layered in already. Like Moiraine being like, I don't know if the dragon will be reborn a woman or a man, or, like how old they'll be. Like we do though, because that's how rebirth works. But they made it so that the Aes Sedai don't know.
Yeah.
And I like that. I'm like, instead of saying that they're changing that, just read into it that maybe they're showing us the Aes Sedai don't really know everything, for the book readers at least.
Yeah. I love what they've done with Leandrin.
Oh yeah. All of the villains, I feel like, have so much more depth than they did in the books, and that's something that I really enjoy. Leandrin at the top of the list, though, which is why I hope they combine Demandred. If Demandred is in the series as Demandred, I hope they combine some of his backstory with some of the other Forsaken, because he's easily got the worst backstory out of all the Forsaken. There's nothing other than jealousy of Lews Therin to his backstory.
Sure.
And that's just so petty and like small and just not interesting at all.
The Forsaken have never been known to be petty and small.
But it's such a bad reason to turn to pure evil. Like, I'm jealous of that one man, this one guy out of billions of people. I'm gonna burn the whole world. No. She just kidnaps the girls and sells them into slavery for no reason. That's totally cool.
It's a good line for no reason whatsoever.
I'll say this. I'll give the actors, the writers, everything credit for. They had me second guessing myself a little bit with Nynaeve and Leandrin, whether or not Nynaeve would lean to the red in the show.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that they were able to do that.
And I think this is like just another episode where it's like the relationship between Egwene and Lane is strong here. The Nynaeve Leandrin stuff is strong here. And then the Perrin Wolf stuff, this is just great.
Yeah. He's the bestest boy. They are the best, because it's a female dog actor. I forgot her name.
I love this. This is pretty funny.
What does that mean? Exactly what it sounds like. I'm also glad. We were worried that they were going to make Perrin's wolf brother-iness like a werewolf type of thing, where it was like when he activates his powers, his eyes turn yellow.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't do that. I thought this looks gorgeous too.
Yeah, like, I heard some like people kind of be like, "Why? That's not." I thought this was.
Yeah.
Like a cool way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, they can't just have parents stare up blankly at the sky, and like, we have to see some visual representation here. So like, the idea that his brain is putting together all of the senses that the wolves are sending him, the smells, the things that they see, the feelings that they get, into some sort of visual representation for his brain and for us to see is, I think, cool.
The actor who plays Elias is really good.
Yeah. I hope we get more Elias in the, like, I hope he sticks around. It'd be cool to see him in the Two Rivers, or at least make an appearance.
I like Perrin thinking,
Am
I gonna ever get to where he's at? I don't want to get there.
Oh, also fun fact, the thing that they're eating there is like a gelatin.
It's gross.
A colored gelatin, a colored flavorless gelatin.
This is like the best. This moment.
Oh, the hopper. Yeah.
It does look very jiggly. It looks very gross.
I love Marcus's vest though. I've wanted that vest since I saw it.
Nice.
It does not look at all comfortable though. It looks
really cool though.
Thickly woven.
Yeah, it's probably not. It's probably, what do they call it? Old school mini, it's actually armor. It's a style of fabric armor. You would wear it under armor to like to prevent, like, you know, plate and mail from scratching you up and hurting. A gambin. That's what it's called.
Interesting.
Especially the fact that it has, there we go. Is it a gamson? Is that what it is? Okay. I had part of the word right. I'm proud of myself. It's got all the buckles instead of just regular, like that will hold so much stronger than just a tie or something. Here we go.
Yeah, the locations are some of the best things they have in the X-ray. And like, not only does it tell you that, like, oh, it's also in the Westlands for people to kind of get an idea of the map. And when they were in Arafel, they were in the Borderlands.
Oh yeah, and just because
Marcus does a good job there. Yeah, I like so believable this moment.
Do I have the map? I must have got rid of it. I will say that the postal system in the TV Wheel of Time world is absolutely fantastic. I had a map of how far the letter had to travel that Perrin sent to the girls in the White Tower. And like, obviously it might not be one day in the world because, you know, but it's the same it's within a few minutes of each other on camera, and it never becomes night on camera, and he writes the letter and they have it. Obviously it's probably time passes there, but not much. Oh, is this when we get our Godfather scene, or was that the last episode?
Aw, thank you.
Oh, yay. Thanks, Balefire.
Randland FedEx uses the
Matt's been around for way longer than just the Dusty Wheel too. The Theoryland is just as old as Dragonmount, I think, right? Like maybe a year or two.
We're like 6 months older than Dragonmount or something.
There you go. See, and I don't have a horse in that race because that's, you know, Jason is the one that started it.
Yep.
We just
I think
play
it was like,
on the camera.
Like I want to say Dragonmount was like summer or fall of 88, 98, 80, 98.
I was 88. That's a little. That's a little too.
My Wheel of Time was in 1980.
The first book came out in 89, didn't it?
90.
90?
Yeah. God.
Oh, the preview book, that's one of the things I don't have. A friend of mine, the guy that got me into Wheel of Time, he had is my friend's older brother. They sent out like little preview sample books of Eye of the World, and it was like the first like 3 or 4 chapters, but it had the cover art of Eye of the World and then like an advertisement on the back, and that came out in 89.
Wow, that's very cool.
I've never seen another one of those other than that one that he had.
Every time I go to Half Price Books, I'm always looking in there.
Oh yeah,
like signed cases and stuff too.
Yeah, Kyrian sequence here, Perrin, like there's just strong stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say it every time because I don't care, and I think they deserve it. And I'm totally a supporter of what Guy said last week, which was that they were robbed of a grant of an Emmy.
Yeah.
At the very least for set design and costuming and special effects. Maybe not special effects. There were some better special effects, but the set design and costuming, I feel like, were fucking top of the fucking line.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting question. What book moment do we think is going to be the hardest one to adapt to the screen? Up to Fires of Heaven.
Up to Fires
of Heaven.
Ooh, I mean, I think their biggest challenge has to be the columns. Like to do that with. I mean, now what they've shown in like the teaser trailer, like I'm like, okay, maybe they're gonna pull this off. Like I think Rudy and those scenes are like, that's gonna be a lot. I mean, Al Cardal is probably it's gonna be. I think of like big scenes. They've already passed some that they were like. I think the end of the Great Hunt is going to be difficult. So
that's Lord of Chaos. I'm trying to separate the books in my head.
I remember when this clip of this came out. I think before the show, that season 2 dropped, and like they were hugging, and I can't know if they were kissing in the clip, and everyone was just like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, I mean, like it's crazy when you think about like Lanfear and Rand actually having sex. Like that's insane because of who Lanfear is. And we were talking about it last week. Like I like that they aged up the characters and they made them less prudish and stuff like that. But like the implications of Lanfear and Rand having sex is just like massive.
It's like now we're like, that totally happened.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
Absolutely.
Years ago. So.
What do I think is going to be the hardest for them to bring on screen? Well, one of the things I think is going to be the hardest for them, I can't say, but it has to do with a well. Let's just say that. Like that's going to be the most difficult. I feel like for both for practical reasons, but also like people, like the buildup that's going to be to it. It's the Wheel of Time's Red Wedding. Like everyone's been talking about that scene forever. So like I feel like that'll be the most difficult for them. But any of the big, Wheel of Time, any of the big channeling fights is going to be difficult. Really, and especially really to show it in a way that is entertaining for a viewer, because they always talk about in the books, like if two channelers are doing their job in a fight, especially if it's a mixed fight, like not just two channelers fighting, but channelers and people fighting with weapons and stuff like that. It'll look like nothing's happening because they'll be canceling each other out. So that's not entertaining to watch. Just two people being like, So it's gonna. I feel like they're gonna have a big challenge when they have to show powerful channeling happening, two powerful channelers fighting each other specifically.
By the way, Min and Matt and like there's just some cool sequence. This sequence, I wonder if they have more of this. They just edit it out and cut before an hour.
Probably.
I would have loved to have seen more in Matt and Min in this moment.
Just letting them like riff. Just play dice, drink, talk.
Yes. Like I feel like there's another couple minutes here that really would have just settled into this kind of connection. And obviously in season 3, we're getting more. Like I just feel like it somewhat did a little bit of a disservice to season 3 because I mean they need more screen time together, which they kind of did not have much of here. But for the whole season they were building this up. So
the charisma between the two of them is strong though. Like you could feel it. It feels very. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. There's a character that Matt interacts with a bunch in later books and the scenes are particularly the two of them in a bar together, and it's platonic. It's not like they joke about going to different levels with that, but it's like just a friendship between the two of them, and I get the same feelings with the two of them here, and I like it. I like how they are together, especially Min as a character. Like Min's character, I feel like with Matt they go good together.
Yeah.
And we never really got a lot of the two of them interacting in the books, almost none, except for book 1.
I don't know why I didn't in my head. Maybe I just don't remember. That happens so often with this stuff. But
yeah,
like season 2, I don't know that I connected this room too much with kind of like in our world, like Egyptian, like when you think Egyptian like statues, and to me it's like evoking a lot of that, like or it's like the cliche of those things like the Indiana Jones and he's investigating some old.
Yeah. I see what you're. I think I get what you're saying though. The statues that are in like the corners, like they're big and kind of
the huge statues, and you have kind of like this the drawings on hieroglyphs and such. It kind of has
it almost looks like hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyph kind of aspect to it, which when you think about it, again, like there's like gates to the underworld or after whatever it is, and so kind of like these portals are somewhat like connected in that way. So anyways, I kind of like if they're trying to connect a little bit in that way. I like what they've done here. So.
Oh, me too. I cannot wait for them to go tanning in Tanchico. It's going to be a ton of fun. I have yet to see a set design that I don't like, and I particularly really like this room, the testing room. The triangle are really cool. One detail that I will always call out, and if you go back to episode 3, I think, any episode where they activate the arches, that broken arch that you see right now, when they channel into it, it completes. With the channeling, like you could see the light grow up, all of the filigree and like what you said looks like a hieroglyph, and then it extends past the broken parts of the arch and connects. And I like that just a little detail. I like that.
Yeah,
I thought it looks like when they activate them, gorgeous. I love the channeling, like all of it.
By the way, you can tell they love this relationship, like the writer's room.
Oh yeah,
loves it. Like the amount of time they're letting us which is great. This is like she is just gaslighted the hell out of her here. Like, so like Leandrin is so good here, and because it's like you can tell that some of it's very true. Like there's a revealing, honest nature of a lot of what she's saying here, but why she's doing it from a manipulative standpoint,
Could it be a little bit of Nynaeve's Tavarin-ness plucking at Leandrin?
I mean, I maybe kind of getting her to like he reveals more than she intended, possibly, but Leandrin still seems pretty in control here.
I mean,
because I'm going to share with you. I'm going to give you some secrets, and don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, Nynaeve's a little bit older than like the majority of the accepted that she has to deal with, and she's older than Egwene, and she could, so she's on guard a little bit more. But Leandrin's got her claws in there pretty good.
Yeah.
I hope they keep playing with this relationship too in the future seasons. Like I wouldn't mind if they did a whole Leandrin redemption arc with her and Nynaeve being a major factor in that. Yep. Maybe even the catalyst of it. Oh yeah, the Lanfear. Oh god, the writing for Lanfear and Natasha O'Keefe's delivery of her lines are pretty fantastic.
Yeah,
this is wonderful too. Any of the scenes with the three of them which is pretty great. And done.
Can't do it.
Yeah, can't do it.
That's me trying to meditate. My brain doesn't shut off long enough.
Absolutely.
Don't think about anything. I'm thinking about not thinking about anything.
So obviously the Seanchan have a lot of scarification of the face, and it has to do with like their culture and stuff. I liked a theory I saw for Ivan, which is that maybe he is a Seanchan, or maybe he grew up somewhere that was influenced by them, and that's what the scar is on his face, like it's a part of the scarification culture, like it's a bleed over, or maybe it's part of the culture that went over there or something. And I like that.
Interesting.
I mean, it also could just be a war wound, but who knows? Yeah. It's very uniform to be some sort of wound, though. I don't know. Oh, here's another question. How do we think it'll play out that all of the Forsaken being set free at once? Can't recall the order or the timeline from the books.
I mean, it's like that. I mean, there's like a whole, like it's slow and fast.
Yeah, it's just in the beginning, it's Ishamael, Agenor, and Bilal, and then it's kind of like a ball rolling downhill. It starts with like one or two, and then it's just pretty much all of them within like the span of a book. Everyone's out.
I mean, because of the eye of the world and the breaking of that seal. Like, I think it's a strong theory to believe that the pool of Sidene and the pure Sidene was helping to kind of secure that seal, and when it was used up, the seal was was able to be broken. I think it's broken, right? Isn't it broken when
they wrap up the pieces in the dragon banner at the end.
So, yeah, and I would say that precipitated the release of everyone else, because Lanfear shows up pretty quick after that, and she was supposedly deepest.
The implications of it, though, I think it's going to be very similar to the books. I think we'll get probably a montage scene, or like a really good when we get our Forsaken tea party scene, which I'm sure we'll get, whether or not it's in season 3. I can't say, but we'll get. I think either directly before or directly after that scene, we'll probably get some sort of reference to the havoc that they're wreaking everywhere. Just, we'll get some sort of idea of, oh, they're everywhere and they're fucking doing horrible shit. We'll see fucking Grendel come in with, tons of people in the background naked doing gymnastics and poses and whatever, interpretive dance, whatever she has them doing. Samael will probably be somewhere, trying to rule over somebody, and we'll get the idea that they're really throwing wrenches everywhere and causing chaos all over the place. That is one of the scenes I hope for. Some of my favorite scenes. Oh, what up, Reverse?
Hey, friend.
Some of my favorite scenes in the books were the interactions between the Forsaken, just because of the comments that they would make to each other about the Age of Legends and like things that they miss and like things that they wish they had, or just the offhand comments that they would make to each other were the reason why I looked forward to the Forsaken scenes the most. Like when we got POVs from Forsaken. I love their dresses too.
Yeah.
Davinia and Sharon said that they had the most fun doing Kyrian so far because they got to play with the mashups of feudal Japanese fashion and culture and 13th century France fashion and culture the most. So like they got to like play with hairstyles and dresses, and layered like kimonos over top ball gowns over top, with Japanese style hair or French style hair, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
One of my favorite aspects about the books was that he made all those mishmashes of different cultures and traditions and things like that.
Yeah, these costumes were great. Didn't she say there are going to be 12 costumes for Moraine in season 2?
Yep.
Wow.
And 13 for Lanfear.
Yep. A little poignant.
I like that. I don't care if Sharon was just playing with me on that one. I just love it at 13. I'm okay if she just made that up and just said 13 because 13's
because it's a special number.
Yeah, I actually would prefer it that way. That it was like
that she's just messing with you.
Like I don't care how many it is. The fact that she wrote 13, that's all I care. Like
the fact that this is her attitude and like the awareness that she has to make the joke makes me happy.
Yeah. Sharon gives a one of us kind of, feel to fandom, She's always trying to give like little hints and everything,
Yeah. Whether like she understands the fandom, I think, and whether or not like, you know, she's not obviously she had like she only discovered Wheel of Time when she started working on the show, but she said that she's fallen in love with like the idea of the cultures and the fashions of all of the different countries. So like she's really nerding out about Wheel of Time in her own way, and I like that a lot.
Yeah. She's a geek.
Yeah, she is. It's just, you know, for fashion and clothes and stuff. And that's I've always said like I would like I love listening to a geek or a nerd out about a subject that they're passionate about, even if it's a subject that I usually don't care about. It's still fun to listen to. And you get that a lot at conventions, you know, like especially if you go to a panel that you normally might not go to, like something that you're not that interested in, but like it's a really good panelist and they're on, and the topic is something that they're super interested in. I like that.
This is so great.
What, that Elaine is a lush?
No, when she says like, "This is my room," and then she leaves.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, I'm out of here.
All right. Well, I need to go and get another drink anyway. The idea that they're making Elaine like the tinkerer, I kind of like. Like, you know, she likes to make things. Like I think that's their allusion to maybe a later storyline.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a scene of her and Aiel drinking. Where's the pictures? And I was like, oh, you know, Elaine might be able to hold her own against these against the Aiel for in season 3.
Well, yeah, I'd have to imagine the stuff that she makes is, you know, pretty strong.
I found the picture. Oh, it's her and Avienda. Yeah, that's yeah. Like I hope they're drinking oosquai. I hope Elaine's like, she doesn't like, you know, make the whiskey face. I hope she drinks and is like, oh, that's pretty good. There's another way I never pronounce. I never say loyal.
No. Although now I really want to know about that picture from the preview, if that is him, because he looks very strange if it is him.
Oh, from the other one? Oh, yeah, right. I got to grab another picture of Loyal and put them next to each other. Oh, I haven't spoken to you since we got a lot of the Watt Wednesday stuff. What do you think of Ruark and our other new cast members that we got?
What's awesome is he, I think Matthew talks, like they showed a little clip of that actor talking about in his native language, talking about like being a part of this. At the end of the thing, I don't understand what he's saying, but he goes, "Amazon Prime." I don't know. He's like, just like I was like, everyone up the thing was like, "Oh my gosh!" He's like Amazon Prime.
I can't wait for him to start
delivering lines. I need to like say it that way.
Yeah.
Every time, but no, I think he's gonna do it. Yeah, I think he'll do a great job.
Yeah, he's huge and he's pretty handsome. So like we've got the look down.
By the way, episode 4, like I said, it was the best episode until episode 5. Like it had like the Black Aja reveal. Right.
Yeah.
It has this portion of like Min's viewings with Shamael and Min and Matt like out kind of like at a bar. It has like classic moments with Egwene and Elaine. Like it has this whole new thing with Moraine's sister. Like, and then what's coming up here. But like, there's just like this great stuff in this episode.
Oh yeah. The involvement of Ishamael in this is a lot of fun too, and the stuff with Min.
Yep.
The one thing I do wish is that they played with the more they played more with Ishamael pretending to be the Dark One, or at least the good guys thinking Ishamael was the Dark One for a little bit longer. I wish they played with that a little bit more.
Such a good scene. You will in ways that is just so good.
Yeah.
You will.
Oh, and a thing that we learned about Fairs last week from Guy. I don't know if you heard Guy say it. Fairs is a dungeon master.
I know, it's crazy.
I was like, oh my god, he's been what did he say? He's been DMing like a big game for him and his friends for like a long time. I was, oh my god, I want to play with him now so bad. Could you imagine him delivering lines and stuff? Like, is the BBG fucking?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Smile on his face.
Oh god, he's so good. The cat. Anyone says anything negative about the casting, like every single fucking actor in the show just gives such good performances. My favorite bloopers that they've shown so far were the ones with Rand and Yosha and Fairs in bed together when Lanfear during the dream world.
Oh, the scene where yeah.
So great.
It's just a really well done scene.
Yeah. I think they made the merge, not just forget about their face. The Sarlacc face. They made the Mergel scarier in that I feel like the show writers utilized their shadow jumping a lot more than Jordan did in the books, and in ways that the Mergel really never used it in the books. And it's scarier and way cooler to see.
Yeah, that moment right there was so good.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Good. Yeah.
The fact that they use it in their combat, like jumping around and shit. They're sleeping under the stars because it's romantic, Akeem. Shit. So Lanfear obviously just set this up so she can get him to channel, right? Obviously.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking sick looking. The channeling is great. I mean, it's a little bit of a cop out to like disintegrate the body. Like, I guess, they didn't have Darth Vader to tell him no disintegrations, but it would have been cool to see like a smoking corpse of a Mergel on the floor.
So
yeah.
good.
Especially in that fight. I feel like they only use it in like lore drop scenes in the books. It's like a Mergel coming to talk to somebody or something like that.
Like Moonshadow said, you ruined date night. That's so good.
It's having such a good dream.
But you know,
like one of the things that like Natasha O'Keefe's an amazing actor, but like you don't really know if she's faking it the whole time or if like sometimes like the Mirren, like the real Lanfear slips through a little, like she gets actually vulnerable around Rand. She's a great actor for that. I think like you can't really tell. Like obviously she's definitely playing him in a lot of it, but there's some moments there where she seems like she's real emotions are coming.
There are, in the sense of like for Lanfear, this is like playing house. It's like she's trying to recreate what she had, and so like I think there is a legitimate side of that. It's like where she's like this is an act, but for her, she knows that for him it's not, and so she's really digging in here of like, this is what I wanted, and so because like right here, right, you're thinking like, yeah, maybe she is really feeling it. She's so playing him, but it's real because she's always maybe been playing him.
Pretty much.
There was a certain aspect of that a little bit in their relationship. So
it's I can't say that. But yeah, the nuance that they gave to Lanfear in just the acting, like forget about any kind of changes they make to her story or character, just in Natasha O'Keefe's delivery and acting is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So do you prefer Not overall, but like, like up to the, these kind of scenes with Selene and stuff in the books. Do you prefer book Lanfear or show Lanfear?
Wow. Yeah, that's a good question.
Or are you just happy because there's two?
Well, so I remember everyone asking me this question, like when we first meet Selene in like episode.
She's had some time to fester though.
So is this Lanfear? Is this like how you imagine her? I was like, Lanfear the Innkeeper? Like, yeah, like Lanfear Selene? Like, yeah, sure. Like, but you have to give it time. Give it time to like actually reveal Lanfear. So yeah, I know they're giving her so much more screen time than Jordan did, right?
Yeah.
So in that, like seeing this stuff play out, of course, like but to me, this is book Lanfear, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of fans that weren't really fans of Lanfear, and so to them she was more two-dimensional. But like this is how I imagine the character. Like
that's fair.
Like, much more complex, in which they're kind of giving her some layers versus just being kind of like, what is the typical thing to say about Lanfear? She's just like she's a crazy
gold digger,
crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. She's a gold digger, except for not for money. She likes the power. I don't know what you would call that.
Yeah, like there's like a lot more to her in this. So they're definitely giving us, Natasha and the writers are giving us those layers for sure.
Oh yeah, the way they do the villains in this entire show so far has been one of my favorite aspects of the show. Yeah. Just the layers.
Don't they have bloopers where she's trying to rip that thing?
Yes. If you get a chance, look up the season. Just look up bloopers from Wheel of Time, and the bloopers from the season are particularly fantastic.
They have like I was watching this like for the first time. I hadn't seen it, and like I think this is why I was like, what the? Like I kind of like covered my mouth, like I was live, like this part where Moraine comes in. I was just like I knew inherently she could not be dead, but I was just like blown away that they were like what did they just do to this? It was a pretty awesome moment. This is my favorite ending to an episode, like first time through. It was just like
definitely mine too.
It was just so well done.
I like that. I feel like my headcanon here is we're seeing the channeling from Rand's perspective, so that's why we don't see anything. Fucking Moraine gangsters.
This is the greatest end to one of the episodes.
Rand's so confused right now.
So pissed off. Like, this is so great.
He's angry. He's pent up. She was literally about to start having sex with him. Now stabbed through the heart, throat slit. Moraine's back.
So angry now.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And Rosamund.
I like how she uses the "I can't lie to you" moment here. Calms them down. Now we need to run. I was like, yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
All I was thinking was watching was like, that was a mistake. You had Lanfear in the like, I'm chill as long as I have Rand stuff, and now you
now you have angry Lanfear.
Everything else we get from here on out, you're like, yeah,
it's probably Moraine's fault. Oh, we got the saw. That
was so good. Yeah, like again, episode 4 was this is written by Dave Hill. Nice job, Dave, out there. Episode 4, I like other episodes more after this, but episode 4, this was like the whole sequence, I think, of 2 through 7, like that's right, and it kind of arcs at like 6. Like 6 is just the most amazing episodes of television I've seen. Like just like Egwene in episode 6 is
my god. I mean, in all of the promo stuff that they had leading up to season 2, like the other actors were just gushing about Madeline's performance and the things that Egwene has to go through. Like, they were right though. They were absolutely fucking right. Like, holy shit. And did she deliver? Can we tell Akeem what the saw is? So I feel like in this case, and we do see the true power, and that we have reference to it and through book 5. So basically the Sa are a thing that happens when the Forsaken tap right into the Dark One's power. And you see it in book 1, actually, Akeem, with Agenor and Belial. When Rand is fighting them, he sees like a black cord connecting them out into like the ethereal distance, and he cuts it. That's the connection, like a metaphysical connection to the Dark One, and that's how they access him. The Sa, the black in the eyes, is something that happens because of that. But don't go too deep into that because there are spoilers there. But I think that's a pretty good non-spoilery idea of what the Sa is, up to book 5 at least.
Yeah, Madeline in episode 6. I mean, that was just.
Is episode 6 when they burn the tree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this, episode. I remember seeing like this was the mid-season ending. I was like, okay, season 2 is it's killing it. Like they're doing a great job here. Like I think it grew from episode 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I was like, okay, I am on board with the stuff they're trying out here. Like the Min Shamel stuff's working for me. The Moraine stuff with her sister and Kyrion's working here. The Rand Lanfear now like running for his life, totally on point. The White Tower, Leandrin is going to take them. Like I remember going to there. Okay, cool. That's still they're keeping that plot line. So obviously we're going to go to Shan now. And I was like, okay, like
the build up, like, and the foreshadowing that they have through the first 4 episodes of season 2 is Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan level foreshadowing and build up. Like I think they did a great job with that. Yeah, this is a good question. So Akeem asked, is that how she hears herself? A reference to the Sa and the true power. And that's a good question. What do you think, Matt? Like, honestly, like we don't know. Like, obviously, Aaron and Nomengard and everyone, most people agree, yes, that is what happens there, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, this one kind of goes into some metaphysics that are kind of spoilery. So, but yes, I think it definitely is what they're portraying as kind of that connection, that power.
Yeah,
is somewhat that power over, I don't know what you call it, like a simple way of dying. Like you're like, well, what if you had like, what if she had? Well, I don't know like the details of how to.
What if she had been decapitated or
like and how many
took the head away?
Yeah, ran away with the head. Like what happens then?
Yeah,
who knows? But like
that's not a simple way of dying. Yeah,
no,
I get
this aspect of how they almost like. Well, again, I don't want to get into spoilery stuff because I want to like talk or want to theorize about what we're seeing there, but it definitely does seem like it's got to be true power related. Dark One.
Definitely. The idea, if you think about it and this is something that isn't spoilery, it's something that we know. Like, you think about it in the sense of all of the Forsaken, one thing all of the Forsaken are seeking through the Dark One is immortality. So the idea of I like that the Dark One respawn. That's how they respawn. That's funny. I suddenly hear another hand has touched the cube. So they're all seeking immortality, and like maybe this is how the Dark One gives it. I don't know. Like maybe that's how the show Dark One gives it. Maybe like you can make the way we see it here make sense to some stuff in the books too. So I probably the answer is probably yes to Akeem's question, which is is that how she heals herself or how the Dark One heals her? But also like the implications and the other questions it raises are fun to theorize about.
Yep.
I mean, like that's how every single one of our relationships have been built for the last like 20 years though, Matt. Like it's just theorizing over Wheel of Time.
That's true.
It's pretty much it's the reason why we're here.
I know it is it's the thing that keeps me coming back for sure. That's what's fun about the show again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe it was like I acclimated to the idea of differences over 5 years of running the live streams and talking about the differences and talking about the little things that they would tell us were coming.
Yeah.
But I've always enjoyed the theorizing about it. So the idea that there's like an aspect of like being able to theorize about stuff again, that's joy for me. So it doesn't bother me as much where it's like, wait, could this be different? And I'm like, oh, if it could, that means we get to have some fun with like wondering what the differences will be and how are they going to play with the differences and what are they going to. And so I'm not as offended as I feel like other fans that have been reading the books, for a long time feel about the stuff. Like I've never understood the great offense at the changes, but that's maybe a larger conversation.
Yeah.
Because there are moments where I'm just like, I don't like that. It's like I have my own moments where I'm like, that's not that one. Oh man. And I think I've said this so many times. They got Lanfear done so well that I don't care. Like change whatever else you want.
Change whatever else you want.
And you killed it. Like you killed it with Lanfear. And that's like, I get it. Like if you love Lanfear as much as I do, like then you are kind of like, yeah, there's changes, but they did an amazing job with Lanfear, so whatever.
I think I'm gonna raffo this one though. We'll raffo this one for you, Akeem. That's definitely a raffo. I don't think we can go into the Dark One's plans, his machinations, without getting too spoilery.
Yeah, but I remember hitting into this one. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was just like, I think I remember feeling like they're gonna do. I can't wait to see what's coming next because that's gonna be who's that Lanfear? Who do we get? And so the end of episode 5 to me is it's almost as epic in a different way. So.
Speaking of the end of episode 5, this is about the time that I share who our next week's guest is going to be. So, who will we be hanging out with next week? Ariel Burgess.
I was thinking like Natasha O'Keefe.
Yeah, that would have been great. That would have been. I haven't been able to pull Natasha yet.
I would have showed up. I would have like.
He's like, I'm coming. It doesn't matter.
I hope you know I'm coming.
I would have paid you a lot of money to give me the link to the.
You would be invited. Listen, I'll make this promise to you. If I ever have time with Natasha O'Keefe, you're invited.
Dude, if you have a live stream with Natasha O'Keefe, I will fly out to your house.
You're always welcome. We have a guest room, so don't worry about it.
Ariel's coming on. That's awesome.
Yes, Ariel Burgess. So for any new folks' sakes, particularly Akeem, but Ariel was one of the half a dozen official Wheel of Time artists for like many years, prior to Sony picking up the rights for the Wheel of Time. So she's huge Wheel of Time fan, huge nerd, fantastic artist. I'm going to share a link to her.
Lanfear.
Oh yeah, all her Landfields are. I love her card series that they did.
Oh yeah.
I actually don't think she has them listed on her website anymore because of stuff. Yeah, I mean you could find them if you Google Ariel Burgess art. You'll find a lot of if you Google Wheel of Time art, most of the Wheel of Time art that comes up will be Ariel's art, and then peppered in will be like Joe's or
Seamus or Gallagher.
And Paul. Oh shit! What was the other? There's two. There's one more that person that I really liked used to do the art at the time. He was friends with Harriet. Shit, what's his name? And he comes to JordanCon every year as an artist. I can't remember his name. It's just jumbled up in my head. I could see his face because I remember
Paul, but I can't remember Paul's last name.
Bielchik. No, it's another guy. Aaron might remember because we have a bunch of his art in the house. Anyway, she's amazing and we love her, and she has a new cat, so we get to maybe see her new kitty.
Oh, yeah, the little crazy kitty.
Yeah. Now, one of the other things that we started doing at the end of the show for Matt's sake is we started doing a little throwback to our guest for the end of the show because we've been, gushing over whatever TV show we're watching for the whole time by doing a little interview. And I based it on, I don't know if I told you where I got it from, but it's Inside the Actor Studio with James Lipton.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. If you haven't seen or don't know what Inside the Actor Studio is, just Google it and watch some clips. Fantastic. I was trying to think of good interviewers that I know and what kind of an interview can we do? And I was like, oh, James Lipton used to do that thing with all of his guests where he would ask the same set of questions to every guest. So that's what we're doing.
Nice.
Yeah, we started it off with Guy I think at WatCon 2 years ago or last year, and you can go to the Dragonmount YouTube. There's a playlist of, as I've been clipping them out of the end of these episodes, people's answers to the Inside the Dragonmount Studios. But Guy's is the first one that's up there, and it's pretty fun.
Nice.
My goal is to try to get as many of the cast as possible to answer the questions.
Love it. Yeah.
But with no more preamble, let's get to Inside the Dragonmount Studios with Matt Hatch. Where's our fun little thing? Oh, there. Welcome, Matt, to Inside the Dragonmount Studio. What'd you think?
Thank you.
Professional.
That was really good.
For a while, we didn't have anything, and then I
need cooler stuff like that. Like I'm like 5.5, almost 6 years in, and I'm like, man, I need some cool.
I only just started. Where this is, like in the beginning, it was just me wearing. What did I start? I started doing with I was Balsamon doing book reviews, and that was terrible.
Nice.
And I had pieces of paper pinned to my mask over my eyes that were flames. So I feel you. I only just started doing like transitions and things like that.
I like it.
All right. As always, we start with the most hard-hitting question first.
Yes.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Allosaur. And this has a lot to do with the fact that it's like one of my children's favorite. And because of that, that child has taken us places to see the Allosaur. And I was like, okay, I really like this dinosaur. Cool. Normally before that, I would have said Triceratops. I don't know. It's like growing up, it was like, wasn't there like a transformer that had like a Triceratops transformer? I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah.
There was a Velociraptor in the Dinobots, I believe. The Triceratops was Guy's favorite, and mine as well.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I'm trying to broaden the dinosaur horizon here.
Allosaurus, for those who are wondering, I think that's the one that it looks like a small T-Rex almost, or like it looks like a meat eater type dinosaur, but it's smaller than like a T-Rex, right?
Like I'm going to get this wrong if I had said anything. So yes, sure.
That's fair. Okay. I mean,
like my child would be like, that was embarrassing.
They're a bipedal predatory dinosaur, probably.
There we go.
That's the most accurate we can get out of it.
28 feet. It averaged 28 feet in length. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Still big.
Yeah, it's a big dinosaur.
All right. What is your favorite word?
This is a good question. I'm going to have to say fun. Fun is one of my favorite words. Like, that was fun. I say it a lot. See, I could have picked like something like pizza or something, but I just say, fun is just like, that was fun. Fun times. So yeah. Fun
and like when you mean it too, like when you actually, that's when it's great to say.
Exactly. I think it's turned into one of those, like after a live, the number of times I'm like, that was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
That was good. Yeah. It's all right. We already, because we know you, we know that you're not like only Lanfear brings out the external excitement in you.
Like I thought of saying like Lanfear, but then I was like,
okay, Pat did it for you. You're okay.
All right. And do you have a least favorite word?
Yeah, Grendel. Grendel is my least favorite word.
Okay.
I will never, Grendel.
That's entirely fair.
Yeah. I mean, again, we can't spoil things, but Grendel is my least favorite word for sure.
Okay.
100%.
What is your favorite fantasy curse word or like replacement curse?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So you could say those.
What is the one from, Battlestar Galactica? Was that one?
Oh, frack.
Frack. Yeah, there we go.
That's a good one.
Frack's got to be like up there, man. But yeah, frack. I'll go with frack, 100%.
Frack was at the top of my list too until The Good Place started replacing curse words with things, and they're pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so we made a slight change to. Oh no, we're not to that one yet. Is there an everyday sound that you like?
So yes, an everyday sound. I mean, because I'm married to this person, yeah, like my wife laughing is like one of my favorite things. Like I like to. My favorite pastimes is trying to make her laugh, and getting her to laugh is so yeah. That's for me. It's an everyday sound that I love.
That's very
so
sweet.
Cute.
Is there an everyday sound that you hate?
Yeah, tinnitus.
Oh
Like,
God,
man, like didn't happen to me for it's like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. My left ear, and it's just it's there, and as soon as you say it, like I read that quite like, what is an everyday sound that I hate? It's like, oh, I know, because it's distant and it's in my ear and I hear it all the time.
I can already feel it right now.
That ringing, it's like that, just that. Yeah, I don't even want to call it. Just like a high pitched tone.
Yeah, it's like a squealing, almost like a radio, like a speaker squeal is kind of like what it sounds like. I feel like
100%.
All right.
Now you can go into
yes. So the slight change that we made to these were we used to ask what fantasy character do you think would make the best roommate, but I like the idea of changing it for the show that we're currently watching.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So which Wheel of Time TV show character do you think would make the best roommate?
Oh, TV show. Wheel of Time TV
show character. I feel like yes, it's limiting, but I feel like that's helpful in the Wheel of Time's case.
TV show character. I mean, look, this isn't really going to change. I think it has to be Matt. Matt would make just an awesome roommate.
Okay.
He's funny. He's always looking like to like have a good time. He's always like open to like. I mean, look at his whole relationship with Min in like season 2. Like Matt is the one you want around. Like when he gets knocked out and portaled somehow to like to Falma, like that whole like the stuff he goes, what he says to Lanfear and Ashamael, that whole section. Yeah, like Matt's got to be the best roommate. Like
he's not going to judge you, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's chill, but he's also like he's out there dicing, and he saw like Rand. He's like he wants like Rand's all like reserved, but Matt's just like, come on, tell me what's up. Matt's the best.
So which Wheel of Time show character would make the worst roommate?
Ooh, show character. So I had the answer for this one, but it's show character. And we don't have this character yet, so I can't say Grendel again. So the show character that makes the worst roommate. Shoot. I'm gonna have to say like Elias, man. Like that stuff he's eating, like that would be like so tough. Like if he's coming in and just snacking on that stuff all the time. Oh yeah,
just raw meat all the time.
Raw meat, and he's just looking at you, and like you feel like he's like he knows what's happening in your dreams, like, and he's judging you and stuff, and he's just like.
I can't imagine he's very tidy either, living outside the woods all the time. He's probably
like
pretty
much the idea like he'd always just be snacking on that gelatin, on organs of animals, like that's where I'm going.
Perfect. Okay. Have you ever at any point, I mean, I feel like the answer to this is going to be obvious, but at any point in your life or now, have you ever had a crush on a fictional character?
Never. No. What's so funny about this question is that like because I really greatly proselytize for Lanfear. I think people think that there's like some like aspect of crushing on this person versus just like greatly being obsessed with them. Crush, fictional character, any realm of fiction. Who was it? Are you going with show in this, or is it any realm?
Anything you want, from any comic book, cartoon, movie, video game.
That's a.
What was 10-year-old did like was it Velma from Scooby Doo? Like what was it? What was 10-year-old Matt watching that? We were like, I like her.
Yeah, that's
how you talk in my head.
Saw a video of my son, like he was like 4 or 5, so it sounded a lot like that, you know. That's definitely the pitch. So do you remember the Love Boat?
Yeah, the Love
I
Boat.
can't remember her name, but she was like the one that helped she was like one of the main characters who was like, she always welcomed everyone onto the ship.
Oh yeah.
I wish I remembered her name, but like
No.
she was. Like everyone's like Googling Love Boat.
Yeah. Was it Vicky?
Yeah, Vicky Stubing, is that?
Okay.
Or no, Julie McCoy.
Julie McCoy. Okay.
Julie McCoy. I think like Julie McCoy, like as a kid, like she was always just like the nicest person, and like she was pretty, she was nice, she was always like, I think I really liked as a kid just like really kind, like women. I had crushed on kind women.
And then you fell in love with Lanfear.
No, so like one of my favorite,
I know.
The Wheel of Time, like I think Min, like as a reader, like I think Min's like awesome. I think I would like crush on Min.
That's fair. I've honestly always loved Fayo.
Yeah.
Hey, I know we're asking our questions, but Rapunzel had another one that was good.
Okay.
At what point in your first read did Lanfear become your favorite character, or was it not until later on rereads?
Ooh, that's a great question, because I have to go. It's hard to go back to like
high
15,
school,
16,
middle school,
year old like mind for Lanfear. I think I really love a good mystery. Back in the day, did you ever read like the Westing Game? Like I just love like. I love like also like kind of the youth horror. I like there's an author named John Bellairs, and love that stuff. And so like Lanfear always struck me as kind of like this very mysterious, very kind of like scary, but not kind of like villain. Like she and I think I would say probably like Dragon Reborn, and then like Shadow Rising.
Yeah.
Like the Dragon Reborn, Shadow Rising, the first time through, I'm sure I was just like, okay, this character's awesome. It's like always like in disguise, always like around the corner, always tracking, like aware of where people are at. You're not sure if they're friend or foe, and I think it was probably those, like what she was doing, like when she shows up with Matt in the Dragon Reborn, and then like this, I think I just was like, okay, I want to know more about this character, and where Jordan's going with this character. Of course, I'm not really happy where Jordan went with the character, but yeah, I'm sure I would be surprised if it wasn't the first time I read kind of Dragon Reborn and then Shadow Rising. I'm sure I was like, okay, she was one of my favorite characters, and so was Varen. So it was like Lanfear and Varen were like I loved those characters.
Okay.
I got some of my first theories. This is kind of how I know, like
digging deep into Theoryland forums.
Yeah, when I wrote theories to talk about them with other people, my first initial theories were about Lanfear. So like in '98, that was already like the topic in my head of like writing a theory. So it was clearly like something well before that, where I was like tracking that character and wanting to know more. So yeah, great question.
Nice. All right. So if you were given the opportunity to align with like a vocation or kind of like a job in any realm of fantasy, this does not have to be Wheel of Time, what would it be?
So yeah, I mean, I think I said this one before because we just happened to break into the topic, but like I always like picking the wizard, the mage class in whatever game I'm playing. Raceland was always one of my favorite characters. So the magic user character, like, and often in kind of like that, like, it's the magic user character that's been bullied or whatever, and learns and grows, and like people are scared of this, like become like fearful of this character. Maybe that's a little bit my appreciation for Raceland is somewhat transcends into my appreciation for Lanfear, because there's some connections you could make between those two characters.
Okay.
but there's just like so I think a mage. I would love to be a mage someday.
That's cool. What would you if you were not say necessarily picking an Aja like in the Ranland setting, but like, you know, if they were to call up an Aja in the Age of Legends to go out for a job, what do you think your focus would be as the channeler? You know, would you be a healer? Would you have been, you know?
Yeah, like, well, in Wheel of Time terms, like it feels different. Like I would definitely have picked like Brown Aja, because that's where I would. It's not like the. I mean, there's.
Well, that's very wizardly of you, like researching. Like
there is like that aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you remember, Lanfear was a researcher.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was a research scientist.
Yep. So there is an aspect of that kind of that mage, Brown Aja, researcher. You know, definitely.
That was one of the things that really pulled me into Wheel of Time, and I don't think this is too much of a spoiler for Akeem, because it's not really a spoiler for Lanfear's backstory. She was a research scientist in a floating college, and she was researching another power outside of the one power that both men and women can seem to sense equally, and that was like very exciting for the scientists of the time of the Age of Legends. And when I heard that, it pulled me into the Wheel of Time like nothing else that I heard about the Wheel of Time pulled me into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there any like job or vocation or like class or whatever that you would never want to be in a fantasy setting or any setting, any world? Or
I can't be the person who's like cleaning out the toilets, man. Like I can't be. That just is that just in any setting, and I feel like in a fantasy setting, like
it would be even worse.
I mean, we even have, at least like in a modern setting, you know, whatever. Okay, so we have our modern capabilities of making that less
horrible,
less horrible.
Yeah.
But in any kind of fictional setting where you know, absent those modern amenities, like I don't want to be cleaning up after people that way. That just.
No chamber pot emptying for you.
No, like that is like the worst. Like I think that's the worst thing you could give me. I would choose anything else, I think.
That's fair. That is entirely fair.
Okay. Is there a specific portrayal of the afterlife that you wish could be true?
Ooh, man, that one's so difficult. You know, because I'm so steeped in the Wheel of Time. You know what I mean? Like it's so much a part of. Like this is like, it's like, are there other mythologies? Yeah, but this is like I know the metaphysics of this one. Yeah, and I like the idea. Like, you know, I don't like to admit my mortality. You know, and like, I turned 50 this year, and I'm like, oh man, like that means I have 50 left. You know, like I'm always like. I haven't peaked yet. Like there's so much to go here for me. I would love to live 200, 300, 400 years. So the idea of like Wheel of Time where it's like, you know what? I wonder what it would have been like to have like lived in another, you know, I think the whole wheel and reincarnation and that the soul is tied to it. And like, you know, we don't know what the afterlife is like for souls that are not sorry, I guess I can't go into spoiler territory, but anyways,
that's all right. I mean, like we know certain people are bound to the wheel to be called up.
Yeah, we know there's heroes, right? And so I think just loving life and loving opportunity that, you know, life provides. I think the idea of living again, you know, and having new experiences and different experiences is like it's a really compelling idea of what, you know, Jordan has proposed, and not just Jordan. Obviously, he's pulling from
all the other reincarnation,
other reincarnation belief systems. So there's a little bit. I guess it's not really Wheel of Time as much as it is. But I like his version that he created of it. So.
The idea of being tied to the wheel and being spun out again.
100%.
100%. Yeah, that's great. Well. Thank you for partaking in our Inside the Dragonmount studio interview, Matthew.
You are welcome. I feel like the favorite word I should have given everybody Lanfear. It was really fun. I can't give him Lanfear, so what do I give him? I'll give him like the word I say so much that I love it.
Well, I mean, it's impossible to have anything but fun around you. So that.
Oh well, thanks. Wheel of Time fun. We're gonna be having some Wheel of Time fun tomorrow.
That's true. At what time?
10:30 Eastern.
10:30 Eastern.
30 Eastern.
You gotta come enjoy a stream, like live streaming away, like we're doing now. So
yeah,
having some.
And speaking of Wheel of Time fun, I did promise a baby Matt picture, and I found one.
Oh, you found one? Oh, gosh.
I did find one. And I believe it's from the very first Looney Theories panel.
Real? No way.
Yep.
Are you serious? There it is.
Look at that.
Oh, Sarah's there too.
Wow. Yep. And Sarah.
Is this at? Oh yeah, this is.
Yep.
Did we have Looney Theories the first year? I feel like there must be a second year.
I think it was either 2 or 3. So
which con? Oh, that's no, but isn't that if you zoom in? Is that
it's 3?
Okay, so that was.
Oh yeah, Aaron said 3.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
Yeah, that is Baby Matt.
Baby Matt,
goateed Matt, right there.
And so that you don't feel too bad, I did in the file there was pictures of me and we have baby me and baby Brandon. Hold on, and this was when I was. This is also Fat Thom. So this was my thrown together Perrin cosplay because I got the hammer made.
I remember that cosplay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good hammer.
Yeah, and then baby Brandon playing with my hammer.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this was pre-suit jacket Brandon.
Yep.
This is still when he wore his button-ups.
That's look at us. So young.
So young.
It was
so naive.
15 years ago or something like that.
Oh my god. 2010. Yeah, 15 years ago. Holy crap, we're old.
Yeah. Like I said, 50 this year. So
well, good job on making it.
I made it. Like, yeah, making it 50 is pretty dang good.
It is. Nice round number there. I'll be joining you relatively soon.
Nice. Yeah.
All right.
Like
well,
said, halfway there.
Tomorrow, 10:30 on the Wheel of Time. On the Dusty Wheel YouTube's. The link is in the description of the video on YouTube.
Yes.
Make sure to go and watch. I mean, obviously you've already got to be subscribed, but if you're not, make sure to subscribe to Dusty Wheel and hit all the alarm bells and click all the things. And do all the stuff. And if you feel like doing that here too, you can do that as well. But
you're here. You should be doing that right now.
No pressure. All right. And with that, say goodnight, Crystal.
Good night, Chris.